Hi, I'm JJ the Life Coach, and we're continuing our series on getting things done because it's middle of July and there's still time to get those warm weather plans taken care of, those warm weather projects. Now, I'm doing this all in the framework of Carol Tuttle's book, It's Just My Nature. And in this book, she talks about 4 different types of people. So what I often do is, I'm not a Carol Tuttle coach, but I give my clients this book. They read it, they figure out what type they are, and I'm able to tailor their coaching exercises directly to the different elements that they have within them and how they process the world and walk through the world. So today we're going to work on the type 2s and how they can get things done. And I love this because I am a type 2. And Carol writes that a type 2 is very detail-oriented, very methodical, steady, easygoing, and subtle people. So she describes these people as the people who make the plans in the world. They're the ones who actually work very well with making plans and working with all those little details. But our challenge with getting things done is that we sometimes get stuck in that planning stage and get overwhelmed by the details. So when my client comes to me and says that they're a type 2, or in my own personal life because I am a type 2, when I start to when I have a project, I just set aside time that's going to be my planning phase, and that's what I do with my clients. Say we have a project we're planning to do within 2 weeks. The whole first week might be planning for me, and I set a planning deadline. Okay, that's the important part, is to set a deadline so that you don't get stuck in that planning phase. And what works really well for me is to have someone that I'm accountable to for the next day. Say, I finish on my planning on Friday and I'm going to start the following Monday moving into action. It's good for me to have someone to check in with on that Monday to make sure I'm going into action. And I will if I have someone to check in with. And what works great for my clients is that I'm usually their accountability person, being their life coach, just to make sure they're done with the planning and moving forward. Now, another thing about us, again, is that we tend to get overwhelmed with the details. So I have some great tips about that. My favorite one is called the game of 5s, and I use this one quite a bit. And for people who aren't type 2s, this may seem really fussy and particular. But again, Carol writes that our brains actually work in this detail manner, so it actually helps us. Now, I don't move through life this way all the time. This is for when I get overwhelmed. I will take one small task and try to break it down into 5 parts, the game of 5s. So say I need to call the doctor and make an appointment. And I'm feeling overwhelmed by a lot of things in life. That doctor's appointment, I will write down the list of 5. I will put number 1, I need to get the phone number, whether I'm going to do it with a phone book or online. Number 2, I need to get my schedule out. Number 3, I need to look ahead and see which dates on my schedule work best for me. Number 4, I need to grab the phone. And number 5, I need to be in a quiet space and actually make the call. Okay, so there's my 5 steps, and I will work through them, and they may not even all happen in one day. Maybe I'll get the phone number today, but I won't actually start doing the other steps till the next day. Again, it works really well for me because my brain automatically likes to go to those details, especially when I'm overwhelmed. And then the other thing I like to use when I start getting stuck in the details is just ask myself the question, what is the next step? The very next step I need to do. Try to block out the focus on everything else that's out there. What's the very next step? And what exactly do I need to know right now to perform that next step? And again, that just laser focuses me in on what I need to do right now so that I can keep moving along in my process and not get stuck in overwhelm or stuck in that planning phase. So again, if you'd like more information on Carol Tuttle's work, her book, It's Just My Nature, contains all 4 of the types of people. So I will put a link at the bottom of this video blog that'll take you right to her website and you can learn more about it. So great. Next time we tackle type 3s, and I'm really excited about that because there's a little switch on that. So stay tuned and I'll be back with that in a little while. Thanks a lot. I'm JJ the Life Coach.